Hey everybody, it's Chris McLean from the Masiello Group. So I talked the other day about taking on a bigger project than you can handle, and how I have a ton of projects going on at my house at any given time. So the biggest project right now is my sunroom, and a few years ago, my roof leaked, and I had some really bad water damage in there. So I have a friend who's a contractor. He got up on my roof with me. We stripped the roof, stripped the shingles off the roof. And underneath, we found out that like all the sheathing was rotted out, and so we had to rip up the sheathing, put new sheathing down, and reshingle. So we did that, but the damage inside was bad enough that I knew I was going to have to do something about it. Problem is, I had FFT. So for anybody who doesn't know what that is, a little background. A year ago, I was listening to Brene Brown's podcast, Unlocking Us. I listen to a ton of psychology and self-help podcasts, and I'm not ashamed of it. If you haven't listened to Happiness Lab, you're missing out. Definitely check it out. But FFT, right? So it stands for fucking first time. And it's the idea that we all get so paralyzed by the idea of doing something for the first time that we don't end up ever starting it, because the idea of taking on something that you've never done before is terrifying, right? And so that's what happened to me. That's why the sunroom got so bad. That's why there was so much water damage, because I didn't know what to do. I knew I had to do something, but I was terrified of doing that for the first time. And so it was super helpful when my buddy who's a contractor came over and got up on the roof with me, because it's one of those things that like you can watch all the videos you want and you probably will know how to do it, but it's your fucking first time. So I got over it and decided to start on the inside of the sunroom. So I knew I was going to have to replace windows, and I figured while I'm doing that, I might as well take down all the old wood paneling that covered the walls and ceiling. This is like that, that 80s like white wood paneling that is just terrible. So the ceiling in the sunroom was 7 feet, not 7.5. And so I figured, if I'm taking that down, maybe I'll gain a little height in the sunroom, because there's no reason why the ceiling was so low. But I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I started it. So the sunroom has been completely gutted since then. I've replaced all the windows. I hired a contractor to rip all the old clapboard siding off and put up the zip system sheathing, both because it's better for insulation and because it's going to make re-siding the house a project that I can do, because it's all going to be flat and even, and it'll be easy to put up new vinyl siding. So I'll save some money doing that. But this is where I tell you not to hire a contractor just because they're cheap. You really do get what you pay for. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about tomorrow when I do a walkthrough of the progress that I've made so far. So as I move forward, I'll take more videos so you can see the progress. You can see where I mess up, what's really cool about it, and like all the times that I feel like giving up. Just because it's my fucking first time doing this doesn't mean I'm going to let it stop me. In 7 years or so, when I finally finish, I'll have a pretty amazing sunroom. And then I'll move on to the next project that I'm terrified of, because again, it'll be my fucking first time.